Hey guys, so I had something I intended to do, I just have not done it yet. We are going to talk about something pretty quick here. We'll get in on it about the next 5-10 minutes, but we're going to do it out in my yard. I apologize already, it's windy, but I just haven't had a lot of energy today to do much anything, so we're going to go ahead and start heading out there and get everything set up. So what we are going to talk about is this. And we'll meet up out there momentarily. Hey guys, I decided to reshoot this. First video didn't go the way I wanted it. It was good, but it just wasn't what I wanted. So we're here to talk about the Fair & Forge design Massdrop Buccaneer, also known as the Buc. They are on Massdrop. The drop began, I believe, Thursday, Friday, something like that. So I talked to Elliot, and I was allowed to bring the prototype home. So what we're gonna do is we are going to turn the camera around, spin her around, and we'll take a look at this from above. I wasn't gonna do this, I didn't do it in the other video. I kind of went on a rant about something completely unrelated, so here we are again doing this over. I had to actually, it was too windy too. There's a lot of wind noise. It's a windy day. I actually rolled up, let's see, can you see? I rolled up the corner on this one, and we go this way, and then I opened the doors on this one, and then I took this one completely down. Well, not completely down, I rolled it all the way up. If you were to look up, you can see where I tied it off. So, and yeah, so that has eliminated a little bit of the wind noise. Stay with me. Stay with me, you fuck. There we go. Ah! So, yeah, I'm gonna get this turned around. We'll look at it from up above. Keep in mind, please, please, please keep in mind, do not, here's another thing. When I do these videos, I put a lot of information in these videos. If you watch the video and you got a question about something about the knife, I know how I watch YouTube videos too sometimes. Go back and watch it again, because I spend an inordinate amount of time in comment section and in text messages and emails. If you have a question about something, watch the video again, see if I say it, see if I put it in the comments. Because the fact is, I spend a lot of time answering comments and things like that that are in the video. I had a video the other day I put up, and somebody asked me questions. Every question that was in the email that I got was explicitly detailed in the video. All of it. All the questions, and I did take the time to answer, but I get a lot of emails. I get a lot of emails these days. I know you guys see it, and it's just me behind the canopy now. I have almost 3,000 subscribers now. I get emails and text messages and things like that from a lot of people, and it sometimes can be overwhelming to get. Now that I'm realizing I'm getting 60 to 80 emails a day just on this stuff. So I don't want to sound rude. I just won't answer it. I'm sorry. I love answering comments, but I just can't answer them all. And if it's something that I've explicitly answered in the meat of the video, then I'm just probably gonna I'll just probably just watch the video again. I talk about it because it's quicker than doing an explanation. All right, guys, let me turn this around. I actually need to grab I put those up. Now it's cold up under here. It's like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. I have a sweater hanging up here. I need to take a shower too. I haven't taken a shower yet today. I've just been basically lazy all day today. I did nothing all day. So, all right. we will get this turned around right now. Alright guys, we're doing this from a bit of a different direction this time. This is the Ferrum Forge design Massdrop Buccaneer. Now, this knife is something that I have wanted to tell you guys about for a very long time. I've carried this prototype, I want to say 6 different times for probably 2 or 3 weeks at a time. Elliot, let me borrow this one. I knew about this. I wanted to tell you guys about it. Problem is, I can't, holy cow, I can't in good conscience, without their permission, take an item and start talking about it before anybody even knows about it, because that defeats the purpose of Massdrop doing their own marketing. But I will tell you, don't pay attention. Please ignore the fact that these are different colors, and this has been played with a lot. They were trying to see what ideas they wanted to go with as far as color and things like that. So it is a flipper. It rides on caged bearings, steel bearings. They're the same ones that we use in, I want to say they're the same ones that we use in the other Massdrop Ferrum Forge design knives. And it's the same thing that is in my Gent, I believe. These might be different, but I don't think so. Nice thin blade stock compared to some of the other knives that I've seen on the market. Flipping action on this, really smooth. It's I believe that some of the shape on the actual Gent has been changed. I think that there's been some changes to the area here and around the flipper. So, but what I would say is nice broad blade that thins very well to the point that it is, and I was using the micrometer fingertips here playing with this, seeing it feels like it is almost the same behind the edge as this is on my Gent, which is a very thin blade, very thin ground, extremely sharp knife. So, like I said, S35VN steel. Keep in mind, S35VN is not completely resistant, completely immune to oxidation. You can make these oxidize. If you happen to cut something such as turnips, or if you're cutting turnips or acidic fruit or meat, you leave those fatty acids on there, it will oxidize your blade. My Gent, as you can see, has some oxidation on it, and that's strictly because I use my knives. Your knives will oxidize. If you cut turnips with 20 CV, it'll still oxidize. So, like I said, the S35VN steel, S35VN is really good. One of the things I really like about this is how big the blade is in comparison to the thickness of the handle. And it looks like it would be uncomfortable, but it's not. Even I have big hands, and that's still really comfortable. You choke up on it. You can, if you don't have too big of fingers, get up in that forward choil. It has the aperture for finger flicking, which is, I didn't get a good, I'm trying to do it at an angle behind the camera. It's, it does have the Massdrop logo, which I do know is a problem for some people, but I don't see it as that big a deal when you look at other knives that have got their marketing and logos and stuff on it. Somebody equated it to, well, Walmart, it's like Walmart putting their name on everything that they sell. Well, here's the thing, they had this designed for them so they could sell it under their name. So I see no fault in that. They reached out to Elliot and had him design a line of knives for them to have as their own line of knives with their name on it. So they were, I mean, it still says Ferrum Forge design on it. So overall, full titanium backspacer. It's got a lanyard hole. Looks like a ring sword, like a what do you want to call it? A Chinese ring sword. Now this one has been beat up and carried. Action on these always smooth and awesome. But there you go, guys. That's your first look at it. Like I said, one of the things that I have mentioned to a couple other people is I like a knife that has a little bit of weight. Not necessarily is out of balance, just enough weight forward. It's not too handle heavy. If it's just like this, where this has just got a little bit of weight forward of that pivot, I know exactly. I don't have to think about where this blade is in 3D space. I know where the tip of that blade is because I can feel the weight of it forward. And it's it's something that attracts me in knives. There are certain knives that I truly, truly love, and that's part of it, is the way they feel in hand and in use. If I'm using this, I know right where that knife is at all times, because you can feel it. It's like an extension of your hand. So knives that don't have that feeling are really awkward, they feel weird, and they make you feel nervous using them. Good way to get hurt, having a knife you're not comfortable with. So, all right guys, let me get this turned back around and I will tell you guys goodbye. So guys, that's it. That's the Ferrum Forge Buc, short for Buccaneer. I'm not gonna get into the big specs and stuff, because if you really don't know the specs of the knife, you can go right to Massdrop and look it up there. They have a whole section about the knife. I did want to say that I do know that there are some folks, if you've noticed, I have been moderating comments lately. There are some folks that just cannot, how do I want to say it? They can't act like adults on somebody else's channel. And so therefore I do moderate my channel. You guys do know that. But something else has happened. People have started making comments about other people I know in comments here and on Instagram, and they don't make it very far. I moderate I don't sleep, so I spend a lot of time. You guys that have a problem with something that someone else says, don't bring it to my channel. Just because you know I know somebody or I'm friends with somebody and somebody says something, please don't go into the comments section on my channel and disparage someone I know or like. Be that other YouTube channels, be that my friends, be that other knife makers. You guys know that I try to talk to some knife makers pretty regular, not just Chris and Elliot. I've met a couple of people now. If you have an opinion that says, hey, I don't like this guy's knife, what do you think about it? I will respond. But if you're like, hey, this guy's a fucking prick, what do you think about this guy? My buddy bought a knife from this guy and he didn't do anything, da-da-da-da-da. You should talk. I'm not going to talk to another knife maker for you. I'm not going to talk to a knife maker. I won't talk to Chris and Elliot for you guys. So just something to keep in mind. Please don't put me in that situation or that position. And lastly, the auction. That auction knife I did runs for another day. Some people have been asking, like, how did you, what did you make the blade? I didn't make that knife. You guys know by now, I did not make a folding knife yet. That is a Horizon D full titanium. It's a 2015 model. They don't make that knife anymore. I have one that I did the same way, but mine has carbon fiber. I just think that that is an aesthetically awesome way to do that knife. And so I did the auction knife just like I did mine. Polished everything, re-anodized everything, cut in a sharpening notch. Well, actually, I cut in what's almost a finger choil, and then put it up for auction. Right now, it's sitting at just under $800, which for a knife that was gifted to the channel to do this, that's amazing. That somebody gave me a knife. His name was Tyler Hutchinson. Somebody was like, you did a great job with Russell's knife. And I'm like, I don't know who Russell is, but that's Tyler Hutchinson's knife that he sent to me. Never been carried. It will be sharpened. It will be up and ready when the auction ends. And whoever wins it, I'm going to contact them and we'll get that knife to them as soon as possible. Yeah, so no, that's basically it. Be a decent human being in my comments section. Don't be a douche. And there is going to be, at the end of this, you don't have to continue to watch. From here is a blooper. Basically, I was supposed to start a live feed, forgot that I was going to do a live feed, devil lettuce, and then realized that we had to do a live feed and ended it, and I saved the footage because I wanted you guys to be able to see what happens on Friday when I have too much to drink and I can't think, or too much to drink, maybe too much to smoke and can't think. And it just gets interesting. So I think it's funny. If you guys enjoy it, that's fine. But it's going to be at the end. So, all right, guys, take it easy. If you stick around, it's funny. If not, I'll see you next time. You guys take care of yourself.
It started.
So you're... Wait, we're not doing live feed, right?
No, we're doing recording. Do I need to go live feed?
No, we can do this.
Okay.
Okay, you guys know me. You guys know my videos. I'm never prepared. I was getting a beer. I couldn't remember what I did because I may have smoked a little bit of fucking devil lettuce. But tonight's video, more than a little for me. I mean, we were talking about the fact that my idea of edibles is 3 times the normal dosage.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So, at any rate, what happened in my brain today was this knife came in and I decided that I was going to do this. I do know that this goes against what Bob said he wanted. Bob wanted a knife orange and red, but I also know what is popular and what will do well. I have done a Reate Horizon D, full polished. I changed the blue hardware to bronze. I changed the bare scales to blue. I left the screws the way they are. Now, this is an auction knife to benefit Bob Wanamaker at Helltown Knives, who has been diagnosed with terminal cancer. I also cut a choil in, a much significantly larger. Significantly larger. There we go. You can't use a superlative and a comparative in the same thing. Anyway, I cut the notch in so it's easier to sharpen. This knife will get sharpened by me, but what this is a dumbass move because I promised everybody I was going to do a live feed. So we're going to do this anyway, and we're going to post it up. But after this, I'm going to do a live feed. Or I'll do a live feed and then post this up after because we can zoom in on it close. So this is a knife that's going to go up for auction on my Instagram probably tonight and run for 3 days. We're going to run this for 3 days. Open up your pockets, guys, because this is personal to me, because people gave money to me when my father was sick. I want to do what I can so that Bob doesn't have to spend all of his time working for the little bit of time that he has left. I want him to be able to take whatever we have and use it towards him being able to spend time with his wife, his family, and things like that. So that's the end of this. We're going to kick over to a live feed. We're going to talk about the same thing in just a minute. So see you guys on that side. Take it easy.